How do you get rid of a bad habit that you want to get rid of? Well, there are some ways of doing it that actually makes it very simple for you to still feel good in life and pursue what you want to pursue and find other ways to fulfill your time. The reason why it can be so difficult to get rid of a habit that we don't like or that we don't want to have is because it's usually time fulfilling. So when we're not engaging in that certain activity, there is a lack in the structure of the day, so to speak. I can give you a very good example of my own life. When I was 17, I'm 25 now, a bit older, but when I was 17, I was very addicted to video games. I used to play video games for hours a day. On the weekends, I used to play for even longer hours. And when I was younger, I used to play sometimes 12, 13 hours just playing video games. I played Overwatch, I played World of Warcraft, some of the games that I enjoyed playing. And after reading a book called Mastery by Robert Greene, actually, I started changing the way I looked at the world. That there is a purpose to this life that's not just about entertainment or instant pleasure. It's actually something deeper that I'm supposed to pursue. And I found that, right? It's business, it's adventures, it's traveling. I lived in four different countries with Poland, Italy, Rome, Sweden, which is where I'm from, and Barcelona, Spain. So yeah, four in total. Lived, not just traveled to, like actually lived in these locations. And it's just changed my perspective so much, like living the real life, right? Met so many amazing people, some not so amazing people. I've gotten married, I have a kid now. And a lot of these so-called achievements, one might say, I'm not better than anyone else. We all have our different paths, but I'm for sure grateful that I've been able to achieve certain things and a healthy physique and discipline with that, and I'm free from a lot of negative habits that I see men struggling with in today's society. Whether that's video games, whether that's wasting time on scrolling, whether that's porn, whether that's eating a lot of bad junk food, whatever that might be. Like there's a lot of bad habits out there that are so easily available and people give into. All right. From the example of the how I got rid of video games, for instance, was I just made it unavailable. I literally sold the gaming computer. I sold my gaming computer and I got myself a working laptop instead. And my mindset was just, well, now I have a computer that I can spend time on, but I can't play video games on it. So I'm actually going to start building an online business. Turn into writing an ebook. It turned into building an online brand. It turned into becoming a sales coach. A lot of hours of doing work people didn't see, but I was doing it. It turned into learning about things, about reading articles, right? And that became the new habit instead of playing video games, building something. And that allowed me to travel. It allowed me to live an adventurous lifestyle, right? And that's way, way better than playing video games. It was for me, like being at the beach in Barcelona, like meeting all these people, being out there like that. It's so much better. Walking the timeless streets of Rome, Italy, and living there. I was living there with a friend, going out. We were partying too, going to the bars, going to cafes, and seeing the history of that place, meeting new people, being in Poland, Warsaw, seeing the old town there. Like it's just these amazing. Life is a video game, not literally, but you get what I mean with that. And that's one example how I got rid of the habit that was destroying my will to live an adventurous life, which was video games. Video games. I was adventuring in video games instead of real life. So by just getting rid of that, see how much that transformed my life, right? Right. Scrolling, for instance, on social media. There are other negative. Take any habit that you want to get rid of. Take any habit that you want to get rid of. Make it non-accessible, that certain habit, and replace the time with something that you actually want to do, or something that is going to pull you toward the direction of being better, of achieving what you want to achieve. So let's say, for instance, if you have a habit of eating junk food at, let's say, 5 o'clock after the job, right? Replace that habit with working out at the gym, right? Just replace that habit with working out at the gym. What's going to happen is you're going to feel a lot greater after working out at the gym, and you're probably not going to want the junk food because you're going to be high on natural dopamine, right? Or replace it with a walk, right? If your instinct is to, like, I don't know, watch porn or something, replace that with going out into town and trying to meet a woman, talking with women, right? Try to set up a date with a woman. Move that relationship forward, however it goes, right? Good or bad, you're still living life actively outside of the digital world and forming a real human connection. And that can lead to a relationship, even a family. You know, who knows? You see what I mean? Like, getting rid of these modern, like, so normal habits that are really, really not that normal, at least not to me. Junk food, for instance. Replace junk food with a healthy option. Or replace it with fasting. I think fasting is even more powerful. Like, replace an unhealthy breakfast with fasting instead, right? And you're going to feel better because you actually feel better from fasting. But yeah, it's about getting rid of these unhealthy habits, or these habits that are draining us or making us feel tired, making us feel unmotivated in life. These habits that are making us feel that there is a void in life. That void is there because of these habits, right? Replace sleeping in with waking up early and meditating. You're going to feel better than if you were to sleep in, for instance. You see what I mean? Like, it requires some effort to develop these better options, but you can't just quit a habit. You have to replace it with something better that genuinely makes you feel better as well. I promise you, for instance, if you have a habit of eating cereals for breakfast, let's say, cereal, which is sugar, like getting sugar first thing in the morning, it's horrible for you. But a lot of people do it, or they eat bread in the morning, which is also sugar, right? It's sugar. Replace that breakfast with a morning walk. And you see how good you feel. You're going to feel way better than if you were to get that sugar rush in the morning and then the crash. Insulin, right? Glucose. Instead, you want to be in a fasted state, you know, running on ketones, feeling good, for instance. That's not, you see what I'm saying? Like, replace one bad habit with a good habit instead of just thinking, because you need to do something with the time. You can't just sit around and do nothing. Well, you can, but it's not that productive, right? You want to do something. So for me, I replaced the video games, sold a gaming computer, got a working computer for work, started building a business, started building a brand, started doing things. And all of a sudden, my entire life changed, right? Started reading books, things like that. Proactive, productive, action-taking habits, right? Instead of passivity. I hope this video was beneficial, guys. If you did enjoy it, hit the like, also subscribe. I'm dropping a new daily sort of motivational video on how to develop the warrior archetype in modern society. And yeah, I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace.